Hello. Everyone is on. We're trying to see if Frank is here.
What's up, Frank?
Okay.
I'm literally just staying here right now so I can say hi to you, man.
Everyone, we just called him over. He had to drive all the way across the city. He lives on the other side of the city. It's like 4 hours
for sure,
away.
man.
There you go, look.
You don't know how long I've been driving, man. I actually came here by bike, you know.
In the snow.
With the snow, you know.
That's it. I wonder if Frank's it up here. We're gonna see. Yeah, check out the studio, Frank.
Look at that. Look at that.
Here's the engineer in the studio.
Is he there? It is February 3rd.
Frank, where are you, Frank?
February 3rd.
Where is Frank? Where is Frank?
Where is that Finding Frank? Where is Frank? Oh my gosh, that voice is like, it's starting to get like, the reverberation on your last podcast was a little bit.
Much.
It was like everything you said, boom, blah, 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 when you're doing the outside one. Did you see that one?
Today's date is February
Because the microphone
3rd.
is,
February 3rd. February
Okay.
3rd. February 3rd. Where is Frank? Where is Frank?
Did you hear that, Frank? Where are you? Where
because
is
it's
Frank? Where
on
is
your
Frank?
on the phone or the iPad, the microphone and the earphone is all on the same jack.
Whoops, so I
So
should.
that's what happened is I forgot to turn off playback. So it's trying to play out through my microphone, you know.
Whoops. So what should I do here? I should be plugging in my earphone? Or that won't have an
No,
effect?
no, yours is fine. Yours is fine, yeah. But my microphone, mine is
Oh,
only
you
a
got a new
microphone.
phone, huh? What is it?
I have no idea now.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was the same as Frank's. It's a 7 something.
Yeah, S7, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's not the same as Frank, but I thought it was the same as Frank. And then I said, I got the 7. He's like, you got the thing 7. I'm like, no.
Oh,
S7,
fuck.
or he has S7 and I have J7 or something, or A7. I have no idea. It's so complicated. So at least I know about reverberation now, but it doesn't affect me.
I don't know what that is.
So how's it going? What about Jesus Christ, Son of God?
Son of
What's
God. Oh, man.
What's
Well,
coming
to
up?
begin with, the first thing, the only thing I want to say
We could
so
do split
far is
screen.
how it's
Check
going to
this out.
start. That's it. Look at that.
I'll just put my hand. No, sorry.
There he is. Frank, I'm here just to say hi to you.
Well, you can actually do it. Check this out.
Oh, he's coming.
Okay, cool.
Like you. Oh, for John's.
There you go. Add.
Yes.
He's coming in.
Just,
Oh, you get.
there he is.
There he is. Frank, how you doing, man? I'm here just to say hi to you.
What's going on YouTube? I don't have my shirt on. What's going on, Frank? Like,
How you been, man? What?
On appelle ça, là.
Frank, how you doing, man?
Can you turn the speakers down a bit? We can't hear him.
Oh.
Alright, I hear a lot of shit. It's like, Luciano, you disappeared off the face of the earth. I haven't seen you in like weeks.
Everywhere.
That's how you gonna do a podcast today, man?
I'm down. Why not?
Yeah, you're gonna do one with him.
No, you're doing one right now. I'm stepping out.
Oh, no, I gotta go see.
No,
This
we
is it.
need you.
This is how we do
I have
podcasts.
some,
Just start talking. That's what a podcast is on Seeking Truth.
I have
You are now a guest.
visits. I have guests. Yeah, I turned into a guest now.
We need you, Fraser.
I have guests. I
Come
turned into a
on.
guest.
Oh my
No, I mean, I will do one maybe tomorrow or maybe no
Tell you,
tomorrow.
you're doing one right now.
Tomorrow.
This
Well,
counts.
this one is one, but
you know
it's
you're
like
cool
half.
when you get a green
you know?
screen near
That's it,
fireman.
I'll put
man.
the green screen. Put all sorts of weird stuff behind you tomorrow.
Okay, put a you know
Oh,
a nice beach behind me.
Oh, nice. You at Sean's house, I'm assuming, huh?
I know, right? Look at that. Double screen.
Man,
Dang.
he's going all out. I don't believe this. Look at that.
In this part, though.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Anyway, Frank, I have to go,
My
man.
door isn't
I
insulated.
have people at home. I'll see you later, bro.
Nice seeing you, buddy. Take care.
Yeah. Sean.
Fraser, oh, here it is, Sean.
I'll just play it. I'm doing the sky shot. Sky cam.
It's tall enough, you can do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're just goofing around. We're finishing up. I'm about to head out actually, and then
I scare him off.
Okay,
Yeah,
you want to do a
I pass him out.
You got him out.
Hey, Sean.
this is
Get out of here.
this is double casting. You were
This is
witnessing the
fine.
double
Hey,
cast.
This is my home. Get out of here.
Get out!
You're right though. I do get fucking.
You're intense, man, but it's good. That means it's passion.
Oh man, that was oh god, Fraser, did you
Scary there for a
Fraser,
while.
did you watch that?
No, I never.
You don't have to
Fraser,
stand up. You're a big guy.
It's
I'm
Fraser,
little.
did you
Sorry.
no. I
Fraser,
haven't
did
heard
you
it
watch
in
that
a
thing
long time.
between Shauna and
Sorry.
Shauna when they were fighting over the meaning of church?
Oh, the church. We talked about church
Holy
tonight.
shit!
Did we talk about
That-
church? We actually
that
agreed
was-
on church somehow. It was
that
after
was a
that it went
fucking-
bad.
No, it's good.
Oh god, that
It
whole
actually
argument was
went
a
well.
fucking train wreck. Holy shit!
We'll move it along. No worries.
No, but I think it was good to have, at least before we have an online discussion, to have this out. And then we're not in like total misunderstanding when we get on. We know that there's
Now I
disagreements.
know where I go now.
And then we know each other a little bit better.
No,
That's
it's
It's good
like you
TV.
said. You appreciate apologetics and where it is. And
I do,
Frank,
yeah.
Frank,
So I'm going to let you talk. Why don't you talk to Frank for a little
Frank,
I'll just stand in the background.
we made a lot of leeway. The main issue is, and I'm not trying to misquote him or anything, but
please.
it's the issue of the divinity of Christ. That's what the main issue is.
I think it's been an issue for a while. Yeah.
And then touching on textual criticism, the different manuscripts and the variants, and But this is again, I know there's 40,000 different manuscripts of the New Testament, and I know that what they are, the differences are, and those kind of
Maybe
things.
just those 8 books that we were talking about, Frank. Or 6 books.
Yeah, but the Apocrypha and the differences
No.
between, that's I
We
study
weren't talking
those.
about. Well, no, Fraser,
studied
we weren't going
all
just those books.
anyways.
We're doing the whole thing.
No, just the Catholic Protestant thing that we talked about the other time.
Yeah, but that wasn't our issue, though. Our issue was you don't know, or you weren't sure if the
No.
books were translated correctly, or or the translations or the meanings were there when they were translated. You were talking about how
Yeah, we
the
could-
original
no,
could have
no,
been
no.
mistranslated, and the message
Absolutely.
could have been
No,
lost in
tonight
the
it came up,
translation.
though, that there was one path in my mind. We were talking about an analogy of an airport. And I said there's one path for Catholics with their books and one path for Protestants with their books.
No.
So that's where I was trying to go.
No,
and I
no.
brought up the 8 books, and it totally blew up in my
But
face.
Sean, the 8 books that are
you
missing.
know,
Sean, tell them the 8
No,
books that are missing
I
within
would love to talk
the
about that.
Protestant
I
do
love
not
to talk
change the
about-
message.
But it's a way another can of worms.
Sure.
And also,
But
I
that's
have,
something that you two can
I
do
have
a little
friends.
bit.
I have friends online. But if you really want to talk about that, I will introduce you to my friend Dan, Dr. Daniel Shute, who is,
Actually,
head
Frank,
librarian
Sean,
at the university there for 30
you
years.
should watch some videos
They
on David
actually
Wood
used to
about
have
that.
old books and documents like that. So if you want to talk to a real historian who studies those documents and who can read and write in those languages, instead
Oh,
of
God.
getting
Oh, no. I have no interest in that. No. Oh, God, no.
Well, we
No,
can
No. All I said
But
was
that's-
that there was like some
but that's a big
vagueness
thing.
to the translations. That you can't necessarily trace it back to the source directly because of those translations. That leads to me to
Actually,
doubt
we can.
if every translator
I would-
was honest.
I would correct
would be
you
some
only
differences
because
between the
to make
origins.
make what you're
Sure,
saying
sure.
better,
Sure.
what you want to say is godness and going like that. You would say the best. What you would say is, we do not have any original copies anymore.
That's it. And then when you do read it,
Don't
there's
say what you're saying.
No, but I understand. But when I read it, and like when we get to with Frank, and there's such beautiful agreement, I find. Wait, can I talk to you?
Yeah, but Frank and I are not
And with the daily
professional
verses, it's like,
apologists,
yes! How many times I think? Oh, maybe 2 out of 3. I just said a full-on yes or something, or amen. Maybe did I say amen to one? Anyways, but you get to that again when you look into those biblical texts. When I do it, I don't deny them. I just look in and say what truth I find when I read them, and then when
That's how you're
Frank
supposed to do it.
expands and
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's the church.
But
Well, that's why,
But
Fraser,
you-
I want to give you the whole. Sometimes I'd like to give you the whole context of it, like the whole chapter, or maybe just like that little part that regards that phrase. But
yeah,
if you're gonna like mistranslate or see what that little verse means to you, you have to look at the whole context, and there's a deeper meaning behind that one little verse, where the whole chapter will explain it.
No, I get that, but no, I guess my point was more on the translation. Like when you have to be wary of translation, what you're reading now is just to know that it's not perhaps a recorded message. You know what I mean? But when you read it, you have to read it with God in your heart, we might say.
Yes.
So that we understand what he meant originally.
Yeah.
And so that's where
That's why it all connects together.
That's it,
It
but you-
autocorrects itself.
it autocorrects, but you have to have that proper
Right,
filter. So
exactly,
when I'm reading the Bible verses, or when I'm reading what I say I'm reading, which
So-
is general
So, Frank,
revelation, or whatever.
if
I'm
you're gonna
reading
read
it
with the
through that
closed heart,
proper lens. I feel that I have a good lens. But again,
Well,
I'm
I
doubting
don't-
that lens every day. I'm here to say, hey, maybe you guys got a better message. Maybe you can clear up that lens for me. So
No,
that's why I'm here.
That's
It's
the
not
proper
to
way to
say
do it. No, you're
that's
doing it right,
every
man.
day.
We
So-
have to do it with ourselves.
Have to. And hermeneutics suggests that you do it with the maximum, like the fusion of horizons, when two opinions are coming at one another.
Now you can understand.
You can get
Not
more
Catholic-
truth
Not
if you have more
Catholic
disagreement.
theology, more Reformed
Not Catholic.
theology.
Oh,
Reformed
it's
theology.
yeah, and we're not talking about those 8 books that are missing from the Protestant Bible. If those 8 books don't have anything or change the message overall of the Bible, they're just some Catholic ideology that the Protestants reject. But having said that, you read the entire Bible with the 8 books, without the 8 books, you'll have that same message, what the Catholics and Protestants agree on.
Mm-hmm. And I guess then, anyways, it's just opening a whole nother can of worms. But no, I get.
Well,
hey,
that's why I said we only scratched the surface. We
Makes
haven't
sense.
gotten deep yet. Wait
This
till
is
we get
us.
deep into it.
This is us now. This is us yesterday, I think, or something.
I literally do have a command center here, man.
Oh my goodness, it's wild. Like, check this soundboard. There's, I don't know, some industrial fan or
Sean,
something.
oh my God.
It's
You're
wild.
fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts, Sean. Holy shit.
I've got an S7 though.
You know, I wish I lived closer to you guys. We could have like a studio and do this. This would be great in the studio instead of on the internet.
Puking at the start of the night. It was
Oh wow, man.
it was scary. Like I shouldn't be smiling. It was like we were talking and he's like, "Excuse me." I was like, I thought he was just checking a door, or the cat or damn thing.
Yeah, man.
And all of a sudden I like, bleh, 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 bleh.
What was I eating? The
You
pretzels.
soup and you said
It was the pretzels.
Oh, it's right.
Because you were over there, you were
You
rolling,
hammed in
and I
some
was eating them,
pretzels or
and then
something.
it was
Oh, and
It's
it was
like-
just like
I'm just
to the
saying.
point where I'm like, should I call an ambulance? And then he got up, he wiped his face. Like, okay, I feel better, and we had a whole discussion about everything. Anyways, probably opening some new. But it started off really weird, like seriously, like apocalyptic. I'm like, there's gonna be medical intervention of some sort. After all that vomiting.
That's my main concern when I'm vomit, though. There's been times where I'm like, like scared of that.
Well, not much. Like, I seriously, there was like liters and liters.
There's at least 2 to 3.
And he said he had a
maybe
couple cups of soup and a half a cup of coffee.
two bowls and a cup of
Huh?
coffee.
And he puked up like 6 liters of something. It was like,
Holy shit. You were that sick, Sean?
seriously, like when we got here,
I had
like,
a headache all day.
he would have
you were
done like
saying you had a
the
headache.
full on, like,
Oh, most
Like-
people with migraines throw up like that. I get a headache too.
in a row or something.
You know
10
what?
maybe, I don't know.
No,
It just
4.
kept going.
It's probably four
Oh, I thought I'm like, oh my god, not another one. Holy cow, how could he? There's not
That's
another
like
one.
5 times, man. It's
It
like 4 or
was
5 times.
on, man. It was weird. And now you're like this.
And I know because I could hear you kind of like you're not trying to.
I was
listen.
like, hey buddy, I was like, here's some paper towel or something. I didn't know what to
Yeah, right.
I kept talking even.
No,
And then I heard the first barf, I'm like, oh, he's not just like feeding the cat. He's like proper out of it.
Oh God, sorry, Sean.
No,
You have a migraine?
Headache.
Did you have a migraine before?
He
Yeah.
did. He was having headaches before
It
too.
was from yesterday. Right, to be honest with you, I smoked a joint yesterday, and it had a lot of tobacco in it. And I got a nicotine overdose.
You smoke?
You
Yeah.
Frank is
smoke
gonna
a
worry
cigarette.
about it. He's
Yeah, I am.
worried.
See,
worry
I'm gonna yell at you.
He's gonna. That was.
I'm gonna sleep in, and
I'm
that's
gonna-
it.
I'm gonna come
Maybe
to you.
Sean needs a little bit of worrying.
Tomorrow, no weed, no ADD medicine.
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait a
sit
minute.
church,
You still
I'm
smoking
gonna-
weed yet? You're still
Maybe
smoking
sometime.
weed?
Possible.
Sean, come on. You said you were gonna stop that.
That's
Shame.
a probability. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I think
We're
it's
gonna.
time-
We all have demons. We all have
Frank,
demons.
Frank,
Yeah.
it's time for a fast.
Time for a lane.
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Some fast.
Oh,
can't
sorry.
hear
You
you,
really?
Jacob.
Yes. I only have like a little.
It's
mic.
time for some fasting. I'm gonna fast of it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to use as a fast. Because when you're
Yeah,
fasting, you want to suffer a little bit, right?
Yeah. I wish I could fast. I'm diabetic. I can't. I can do
Yeah,
it for a
that's
couple of hours, but then I have to eat again. You know, I can't really fast.
I would like, with the other network that I'm starting there, it's not going to be religious, and I want to do health-based things. I used to have a Facebook channel. Facebook.
All right, I'm out. Just look at me. I'm out.
It's
No
fun.
help
It's all the stuff you do with the keto diet, like just what you're learning in it. Like that's useful stuff, and like how it fits in.
With what I was trying to show Fraser earlier, but we never got around to. How I became a Christian was through, like I told you before, through a New Age guy who did a lot of
Yeah.
health stuff, and he healed people of diabetes. And when you get a good idea of diabetes, of what it is and how it functions, it's not easy, but there are changes that you make in the diet and in the exercise, and sometimes it's the back. I don't know if you ever hurt your back, but especially the vertebrae where the nerves and the ganglion go to the pancreas, because that's what controls the insulin.
Mine has a lot to do with weight. It's when I gained a lot of weight, I started getting diabetic really bad. Like when I was 18, I was like over 400 pounds. By the time I hit 25, I was over 500, and my diabetes was bad. So now that today I'm 333. My diabetes isn't as bad, but I'm still on insulin. You know, I still can't fast. So I'm trying to take care of myself. You know, but I've been diabetic since I'm diabetic since I was 17 years old. I have no complications yet, so I'm taking care of myself.
That's it. Oh, that says a lot.
Yeah. We'll fund you that.
Right?
17. You're 45 now.
Yes. No complications.
You never had the complications, eh?
My eyes are perfect. My liver, my heart, everything is perfect. Just to tell you a story, my brother went to work with a guy who was diabetic for, I want to say about 6 years. Never took care of himself. Never took his medicine. Didn't, ate whatever he wanted, really. He's in full kidney failure today. He's got to go for dialysis 3 times a week. And that's just for 6 years' worth of not taking care of himself, not taking his medicine, eating what he wants. I cheat once a week. Granted, I do that. Everybody's going to. But, 6 days a week, I take care of myself. I monitor my sugar.
There's people that don't have feet, that don't have legs. Like you say, if you don't take care of your
Exactly.
diet.
Yes.
Yeah. No. At 40 years old, at 35, you see
They
people
go blind, kidney failure, liver failure, heart attacks. It's bad.
You got this Jerusalem artichoke. It's like a potato, and when you eat it, it will help stabilize your blood sugar, almost as good, if not as good, as your medication that you get. I don't know what market you would go to, but I'll send you a link. It's not hard to get. There are a couple, things like that you eat. There are people that reverse. There are people who reverse their diabetes.
Yeah, I know. I want to lose another 100 pounds or so. And I've heard of something on the radio. It's a balloon that's inserted into your stomach. It's non-surgical. They do it orally, and they inflate your stomach so it takes up the room where your food would be. And I really want to try that.
That'd be good. But
alternative. Yeah.
It's good, but hey, you lost 170 pounds.
Yes.
I weigh 170 pounds. Oh no, I'm 180. I put on a little bit.
You're 180? Oh God.
Like how much you lost?
I lost to Fraser.
You lost
517 to 333.
Same with me, man. I'm like
crazy. More than a Fraser. Now you're holy cow, man. That's awesome, actually. But yeah, to keep, like you say, you're doing good. And like you say, to look for these solutions that are for, as we talked about before, non-surgical. Oh, you can talk to me. Oh, my arm is like really cramped too. I was
home camera.
Yeah, I know. I bet.
I
just look over here.
Oh, it's true. He's watching us, watching you. Anyways, no. But I just want to say, no, it's true.
Wait, did the channel take off?
Oh, you're
Is he gone?
I'm glad to see you. Like you said, you had a headache too earlier. It was like a.
Yeah, I did. I took a nap. Took some time. I took a nap. I feel better now.
That's good. That's
Frank
good.
smoking cigarettes.
No, I've never smoked. I only ever tried pot. I tried pot 3 times. Each time, I told Fraser I was completely out of it. Couldn't function. I told Fraser, tell him that story if you can remember. You want to hear it, Sean? Does Sean want to hear it?
We have a video. Oh, we were talking about that. Hey, maybe we could do that. Is our YouTube account there? Can we do that? I have those videos. I started off. You know what I started off with was actually the one day where there was like 9 different videos in one day. I was gonna put that up first. But I had to get the
Did you?
what is it
Did
called?
you
We have a
podcast
we
how
have a
many hours
YouTube
you
channel now.
Nice. I only know about the Serving God podcast. What's the other one? Give me the link in the when you inbox me, Fraser, so they can see
Yeah,
it.
I'll put it to you because it'll just be a good way because I have a real trouble. Like I was trying to find out how much time we'd actually talked, and going through the Facebook feed, it's really difficult to look back to like freaking.
You guys have done at least
December.
20 hours, I think.
I worked on
I'm
approximately
thinking about
25.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought 25,
Yeah,
but
Fraser said
it might
25.
be-
I'm leaning more towards 20. Because we talk long. Me and Fraser just go hour and a half every time we go. I mean, it's like we have these awesome conversations.
Yeah, I'll add up what I have and we'll figure out something for that. But I'd like to see like everything. I want to just try and put everything in one place and it'll be on a different playlist. Like, whoops.
I thought
You
you
know
were going to pay
something.
me for this. They wanted to pay me.
I
You said
wondered
you
about
were
that.
pay $10 an hour. Yeah. I'm just
I
joking.
figure, is it? How do you like? Is it? How would it be best to send it to you? Like I say, 250. Well, might be a couple.
I
Well,
still got the GoFundMe open. You can send it through there.
can you like take that straight out of there? Does that work out that way? Okay, I'll send.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it through there.
If you want
Like
to.
I
I mean,
said,
I'm not. It would help.
no.
The money that you sent me, Fraser, just went to I had to buy some food. I had to put gas in the car. I had to pay some bills. It's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not a lot in the same sense, because everything in New York is
No,
so
it's
expensive.
it's ridiculous, and I tried to bring that up once, but just like kind of what $10 is for me compared to $10 for you, and it was like trying to do
Yeah,
it like
it's crazy.
again, almost to promote it as, and I got this thing. I'm like, okay, this is what I want Frank's career to be. So this is his first job.
Yeah, well,
Anyways, I owe you like $250.
I'm underdressed for Fox News.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that. Your performance. No, I'm fucking stupid. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm dumb. But no, for sure. I'll settle up with that. But I'll see the
No, thank
videos,
you.
but
I
we'll
really,
say it's like.
I greatly appreciate that. 'Cause it'll go a long way. It really will.
For sure. No, I understand that. And like I say, for me, it's just. Anyways, we don't have to talk about it. But again, what it means to you, if I can do that, that's just the least
No, it means
I
a
can
ton
do.
to me. Thank you for that.
And I
But
love
when
talking to
couldn't pay
you
I
too, so
will.
it's like 2 in 1.
Yeah, I know, me too. Now, even though we disagree on some things, our conversations are fantastic. I mean,
I
I
love it.
absolutely look forward to them, and I love them.
My God, like I said, this is what I really wanted was just anything that comes up, and so that I
Yeah.
have that with you, it's like that has such a value for me, and even if, like I say, then you are a commentator who gives value to other people, and you've given so
I'm an
much value to
exceptional
me,
painter.
but it
I'm an
is an
exceptional
actual
painter.
special, you have, anyways, whatever the thing is, you have it, and so I'm willing, anyways, no, but it's been a
Well, I'm
pleasure. It
not.
still is a pleasure.
The only.
And
Thank
so
you. It's
again,
been a
just,
pleasure with you too. And
I
the thing
really
is,
look forward to.
I'm not knowledgeable in anything specific. I have a broad knowledge over a long thing. I'm not super knowledgeable. So whatever I can bring to the table, I will.
That's it.
I
And
haven't.
me
Yeah.
neither. And that's almost the point is that how can you have, like, to have a proper relationship, do I have to go to, like, sorry, what's the book in front of me? William Lane Craig level of philosophy to get that
He's actually
relationship?
very good. You watch a couple of videos.
He's
I
good,
don't think
but
you have
do
to
I
go
have to
that
have,
deep. No, I don't
like
think you
that?
have to go that deep.
Like, I would rather have
But
it
you'll
like
wanna
this
go
to this
there.
level, right?
You'll want to,
Like, for me, it's like
Just
a
want
lot
more-
of the
I
times
can-
you go to that
if-
philosophy,
if you
it's like, it hurts my brain, right?
You
I'm
want
that
more of a
ignorant-
common man. How about like we're like the philosophers are over here and like we're down here. So you want a conversation about here. To get up here,
That-
it takes like years of studying. So like down here, you have a
That's it.
conversation that's at least
Well-
amicable and I can't get the word
It's
out.
good.
Yeah.
Almost that, we get to that thing about ignorance, right? And it's like, maybe I'm not able to understand the sort of really high level stuff. Maybe
Give you
I'm
what
gonna,
you need,
you know what I
that's it.
mean? Like, so that my level is here, at least for the philosophical stuff. Like, I really like math. I wish math was religion. I would be like high priest
I'll
or
give
something.
you John
No, I'm
Lennox
just kidding.
by math
The John
professor.
I saw some of that stuff, Lennox. I don't know. I'm not in the same stuff as him, and I don't take it the same way he does. But in that, but the philosophical stuff, that's like metaphorical stuff, not the strongest with. Like, I struggle with the car and the paper, but at least it helps me there. I can visualize it, but maybe that's the most I can grasp it at. And maybe I've reached kind of a
Well,
kindred
we can
spirit.
build that up.
Okay, we're
we take
grasping
these
about
little analogies. But Fraser, we can take these little analogies and expand them further so we can understand
like
them.
it.
You know.
But at our level, right? We find Haynes
Yeah, at our
manuals.
level, right?
How did we
right.
find a common ground on Haynes manuals? Like that's a farm, Alberta farm standard, right? Everyone on an Alberta farm has a Haynes. Not a, what was the other one? The
Right.
Chitlins or something? It wasn't that. You get a Haynes.
Yeah, right. No, Haynes was always better than Chilton's.
And then you would be in the same thing. It was like, what? Okay, we could work on this car analogy, I think, you and I.
Yeah, right. So we got like little pieces. We'll take it
Oh,
apart, little piece by piece, and then eventually we get the whole car together, and then then
Yeah.
we'll see what we build.
I really liked how we started with the prophets being the ones that are allowed to crawl up on the car almost. Or, anyways, we kind of started there.
Yeah,
And
that was a good analogy. Yeah.
It was actually good because it's like not everyone's allowed to climb on the car almost. Kinda, right? But the prophets
Well,
were
the
the ones
prophets
that
would be
were
the
able,
mechanics. The prophets would be the mechanics. The people would be
Something
the
like
one going to the prophets to have their car fixed.
something like this, yeah. And this starts to work for me rather than to say, oh, prophets are just people too, in terms of how, even if we're just talking about how it's defined within Christianity, that helps, that helps me anyways, because otherwise it's like a whole lot of chapters and a whole lot of verses. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of them. There's a wicked,
There is a
wicked
lot.
of them.
No,
I should talk to him. He's got less of them than you do, Frank.
My nose is
No,
bleeding.
oh my god, your
I
nose
tried-
is bleeding.
Try to do a
I have
90-day
yeah.
read the Bible in 90-day plan. Forget it, man.
Oh, good.
Actually,
God.
you can read the Bible inside a year, and
Yeah.
you
A
can read the
year?
Bible inside a year, chapter at a time. I think the Psalms would be the one that would be hardest to get through, but you can do it.
But Psalms?
Well,
Yeah, the Psalms,
anyways,
Psalms kind of boring to me. The other stuff I like, the minor prophets and the New Testament is what's really interesting to me. But but I like to get the prophecies of the Old Testament
sorry.
and see how they're fulfilled in the New.
I think Genesis is boring for me because I always start there.
Well, Abraham is not boring for me. So there's Abraham's in Genesis.
I don't know. It's all good.
That early stuff is pretty fiery and exciting. I don't know. That's the action stuff. Is there the old? No, I'm just
watch
joking.
the show. You know, you should
Watch
see
the
I don't have my DVD plugged in, but The Case for Christ, the movie.
Yeah.
I actually have the book up here, but they made a movie like last year or this year. Very, very good, The Case for Christ. And it's about, the guy is a news reporter, and his wife becomes Christian, so he investigates Christianity like a news reporter, courtroom news reporter. Goes to their forensics. It's actually, William Lane Craig is actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right.
Really?
Well, he is not in, an actor plays him. Same for Gary Habermas and Michael Kona, I think he's in it. All the bigger guys.
So, Fraser, are we doing a podcast tonight?
Well, I think I'm gonna hit the road, as it were. Here, I'll get home.
And then I can sleep. Yay.
Yeah, we can go on. If I leave now, it would be about 11, just after 11. I would get home.
Well,
That would work
I don't
out
want to
for
push
a
you.
regular
So, no, I don't
schedule.
want to. Don't rush on my account. But if you want to, yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we just say 11:30, and then if I get there early, it would be happy news. But I won't rush in that case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
I'll put a shirt on.
Oh, you? Okay, I thought me. I'm like, no, I got a
I'll
shirt on.
put a
Check
shirt
out
on.
the
No,
tie and
I'm
everything.
just in my t-shirt now. This is going on YouTube, so the rest
I
you
was
can put on
expecting
YouTube,
to
not
do
this.
something. Yeah. Oh, check. Hey, what? Do you want to? Oh, can you play this? It would almost come as like an ending to the video.
Well, I'm actually streaming it right now.
Oh, no. Anyways, whatever. We'll come on again. I was looking at some of the stuff on how I might be able to clip in, intros and credits after and before
I'll
our
help
film.
you. It's already built in YouTube.
That's it. There's things that'll help me. Anyways, but first of all, I'll upload all the raw videos.
3D when I'm not feeling good.
I figure I'll start with just like files of raw videos, only raw videos. At least we can kind of look at them. Maybe say, oh, there's a 10-minute section here that's interesting, like Sean was saying. To try and cut up what topics we had. As you said, like we have a flow that maybe there's some things you can clip out. But anyways, we'll start with the raw versions and we can pare it back.
I'm gonna get into it anyways. My plan today was to do that.
To do some of
I
that.
spent too much time on this video.
But I figured out how to download our videos. So
Yeah, it was on YouTube. They could do it. Yeah, it's
and
like
now we
L
have a
Facebook
YouTube
something.
channel. I'll upload them all there.
Downloading's easy. I don't know what
Download's
you're,
super easy apparently. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what you're using, but I just
No, it
click
is.
on a, like, and I just click on the green arrow.
As long
That's
as
it.
you have like a computer with, you have a desktop or something with a hard drive, you can save them to that, and then you upload to YouTube.
And then
Even with my phone, my new S7.
Yeah, see, there you go.
just click on it there. That's it.
Told you. Yeah, you see, he has an arrow. It's like I don't know. I can't even do it, but he has a little thing, and me too. I have like a little extra button,
The
and now
only
I can
thing
grab
that
it.
I couldn't set up, and I sent you the email and the password.
Okay.
You know, and Frank too will get it. We'll all be administrators.
Sure.
But the only thing I couldn't do is register it with my phone because I already have like 10 accounts. Like if I go here, you see here, look, Sean's Morning Coffee, Sean Vachon, Serving God Podcast, God the Creator, Sean Lively, the podcast.
There's a lot.
I have a lot of email addresses, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me verify the Seeking Truth. So one of you gotta do that because you can't stream from there right now.
Okay.
Actually, I think I have an email that could do it probably.
Either way, you give them the phone number, and it's going to give you a code, and you put the code in. That's it.
Okay, I'll try and take care of that. Anyways, I'll head out now, Frank, and we'll.
If anything, just tell me when you're there, and if you can't do it, because for me, I go through another website. I pay about $20 a month for this website. So what I do is in my program when I stream, I point it to this site that I pay, and then this splits it between Facebook and YouTube for me.
Ah, okay, that's how it's done. It's always a mystery. These are like mystical things for me.
Yeah, it's different, but you got it's different. And I stream now in many different ways now too. I use more than one program. I stream from my computer.
I've been trying to watch some of your morning coffee things. I can't get them.
Yeah, they're going to be all fixed up now. Yeah, because yesterday they got blocked. Copyright infringement.
Blocked.
Did YouTube flag them?
Yes. Yeah. He said bad words.
No, but
no, that's not true. That's not true.
My Keith Green one, where like Fraser said, I'm doing karaoke. That record label flagged it, but they're cool with it. They said, look, the guy's been dead for 30 years, whatever. You know, but the fire.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to be very careful of the music that you use because they'll have copyright flags. 3 flags, they take down your channel.
Really, 3 flags?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah. So you got to be very, very careful.
Learn from the best. You got to learn from the best. Frank's the best at getting banned.
I watched a couple of YouTubers have had this problem already.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I spoke with a Sony representative. Like I emailed him, but he said, "I'm here to help you. Ask any questions." And then I Googled it, and it's $5,000 for 10 years.
Oh!
Whoa!
Yeah.
What kind of? What are you eating? I'm hungry now. What are you eating, Sean? That looks good.
For one song, like if you like I like one.
Shit!
That's that band are like if I want to play
on
the YouTube channel their song from beginning to end.
I think it's time to make original music. I see a guitar over here. I think we're doing original music from now on, guys. And we're just selling original music. All we're doing is making music and selling it to other people for $5,000 for a year or whatever the hell.
Geez, I'll take a couple bucks. Send me a bagel or something. I don't care. Wow, that's a lot of money. That's crazy,
that's a lot
man.
of song, man.
I have been actually making stock graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah. You got some other stuff going.
No, yeah, you gotta watch the copyright strikes. It's big.
One thing I showed you, the one that I was showing you, the Lightroom.
The Lightroom.
Or not Lightroom. What's it called? The fucking brain is hurting. What's that link I sent you?
Yeah.
Light stock here.
Light stock. Okay, light stock.
This is I would put money in. I already put money in it.
But what sort of pictures
but,
it get out?
Yeah, but I want to get the footage.
Hey, Sean, I was thinking about taking Matthew out of the group. He's not being active at all.
That sounds spiteful.
It is. It's very spiteful. I don't like when people do that to me. There was no reason for him to unfriend me.
We're just building the group up. It's so good.
I know, You see how we turn it around, huh?
I do everything. But but what about Steve though? No, seriously though, I didn't hear from Tommy or Matthew in a long time, but Matthew piped up recently.
Here,
no, Tommy did. Sorry.
This one I'm gonna buy. The 10th my account rolls over. So this is like $20.
Fuck. My nose won't stop bleeding. Ah.
But can you make something like that? Why can't you make a similar effect with your rest of your stuff?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, but I mean the time and effort to do that.
Sure.
And will I get it that good? No.
Yeah.
I don't have like a 4K camera, and you know, I have to be realistic. But I mean, the thing is, when you go on there and you look through all the videos and the different things, there's some really cool stuff on there. And I won't be just using it for us. It's also for church. You know, at church.
Yeah, and if you have a use for that, because like right now, like for me, it's just at a level of uploading raw videos,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's it. Find
But baby steps.
you're gonna find a little video.
Oops. Oh, I think I lost Frank.
You'll find a little video or a picture or whatever, something that's cool. And
I just lost Frank. Okay, bye, Frank. Did I cut Frank out by accident? I might have accidentally pressed a button. Sorry, Frank. Okay, I'm gonna sign off and talk to you soon. I would say is Frank. What does Frank say at the end?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot, he says something like, "This has been Seeking Truth with Frank and Fraser.
Oh.
Bye, guys." And I say, "Bye, guys."
I
just-
can't
it
even
was-
think
talk
straight
to you
now.
soon.